Hello! Hello! I'm hoping that I'm live. It's Wednesday. How are you doing? I am second guessing myself a lot today for some reason, but I think we're good. I think the video is public and we're live, so yay! I will wait around a bit to see if anybody joins me. So, you having a good Wednesday? Good week so far? It's all looking okay my end, no dropped frames. Hopefully the video is public. Cool. Let me know if there's any problems with the audio or the sound, no, the audio or the video. I'm afraid we still have our video quality issues, but hopefully that will improve in October, so watch this space. But for now we just have to deal with the slightly less than perfect quality again, so sorry about that, but I hope that the audio quality is at least okay. Hello Miko, good to see you. Thanks for coming. The is the audio and video okay your end? Hi Hermia! I just saw that you just commented on my last video, so I will have a look at that. Oh, hello! Several people. Sounds good, that's good. Hello everyone. So, yes, I'm getting new broadband in mid-October, so I'm hoping that that will help out with the picture issues, because I've done a bunch of things and it seems to just be my broadband which is causing our picture quality issues. So hopefully that will help, and we'll see. But it's good that the sound's good. So everybody had a good week so far? I've had a really slow day today. I haven't done very much. Been a bit tired today, just very tired. So I caught up on some YouTube videos and stuff, and I watched that film, Okja. I watched Okja, which was recommended in the last stream, so I watched that today. And it was very good, and it's on Netflix, and I recommend it. It's been too hot this week. Here it's gone back up to around the late teens, early 20s. So hot for autumn, but I wouldn't call it particularly hot here. So I'm assuming your hot is more hot than the late teens. An exciting thing has happened this week because I have 2 monitors now. I liked Okja too. Yeah, it was really good. I was impressed. It was a good film. Fall just started in it. It was 91 yesterday. Yeah, autumn so far is unseasonably warm. Okja was great. Yes, it was really good. Really good film. Yes, I have an old TV as a second monitor next to me, so we have a different angle now. I had to move this computer, so we have a different angle. Very exciting. I had the question the other day if I much prefer TV shows to films generally, and it's true that I do tend to watch far more TV shows than films. We have the Baby Groot angle. Yes, we do. It's good that you noticed Baby Groot. And BB-8. There are 2 BB-8s in shot, I've just noticed. 2 BB-8s in shot. I feel like that's my branding, just BB-8s everywhere. Is something on Groot's foot? Oh, it's a sensor. He's got a sensor on him because it has a setting where it plays music, and yeah, it plays music, and if you step in front of him, it stops playing music. But I don't want to actually play the music now because I'm worried this the video will be copyright strike. But yes, it's a sensor so that if you put on a particular setting and you walk past Baby Groot, it will stop dancing. So it's quite adorable. I just get more involved in TV shows. Exactly, that's exactly right. That's the same reason with me. You spend more time with the characters and more time with the story. I just find it more, I don't know. I find it more, I get more invested, I guess, in TV shows. I have been watching Black Mirror and Red Dwarf on Netflix, both great shows. Yes, Black Mirror, love it, one of my favourite shows in recent years. And Red Dwarf, I haven't watched the new Red Dwarf, but I watched the old Red Dwarf, and I loved the old Red Dwarf. Films are almost always too short to make perfect sense. It's true. I always feel like films, I don't know, I do like watching films, and it's interesting to see stories told in, a different medium where you have to be a lot more streamlined with the story and stuff. But I don't know, I don't want to be streamlined with the story. I want the story to be long and winding and surprising. So yeah, I prefer a nice long TV show, whether it be drama or comedy or anything. I tend to prefer TV to film. Generally. Hello, Phil. Good to see you. Sorry. Too many screens as usual. But yeah, what's like a perfect running time for a film? Because I like about 2 hours is okay to 2.5. If it gets too long, I don't know, if it gets too long, it just feels like it's not going anywhere, which might be counterintuitive given what I've just said. Did you get round to checking out Pompidou? No, it's still on my list. So far, the only thing that I have checked out of the great list we made a couple of weeks ago of recommendations was Okja. That's the only one that I have watched so far of that list. But I have at least gone to the extent of putting Pompidou in my watch list on Netflix, so I won't forget it. When movies get too long, I have to go to the bathroom. Yeah, it's I don't know, you expect a certain thing from a film and a certain thing from a TV show. So TV shows that are too short or films that are too long is not ideal. I can't watch a film that's too long, but I can binge watch a series on Netflix and lose a weekend. Me too. Me too. Yeah, Netflix is really good for that sort of thing. The Netflix originals are just meant for binge watching. I've also taken to, because sometimes I don't have that much time, and one of the things I like about Netflix and Amazon Prime is that I love watching episodes in their entirety, but occasionally now I do something which I never used to do, which is just, if I have a free 15 minutes, watch a bit of something and then pick up where it left off the next time, which is something I used to despise doing that. I used to want to watch them exactly the length they were and get to the end, watch the beginning and the end in one go. But now I will pause, and Netflix and Amazon Prime are really good for that. I have another one for your list. I really enjoyed season 1 of Killjoys on Netflix. I will add it to the list right now. You will see it happen. Killjoys. I haven't actually seen that one in my travels through Netflix, so I will have a look for it. I saw Kingsman: The Golden Circle at the weekend. It was great and it is better than the original. I've actually just been chatting to a friend because we're going to the cinema and that's one of the films that I really want to see. So I hope that I get to see it when it's in the cinema because I very rarely go to the cinema, but I really want to see Kingsman because I enjoyed the first film a lot. Killjoys is okay. I will add Killjoys to the list. And yeah, I really hope I see Kingsman and I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Yeah, Kingsman surprised me. I didn't see the first one until it came out on DVD. And it was so much fun. Really fun film. Another show you may like is Jack Whitehall Travels with My Father. He did something with his dad on TV, didn't he? But this is a different thing. I think I've seen an article about it in the Radio Times or something. It's a new and funny travel series on Netflix and is very good. I have just binge watched it and would recommend it. Okay, I'll have a look. I don't know. Jack Whitehall is not one of my favourite comedians, but I have no real basis for that thought. I mean, I like Fresh Meat and the school one. I watched the first series of that. Bad Education? Is it called Bad Education? So, yeah, I have no real basis for Travels with My Father yet. Now we get to watch me writing during the live stream, which I'm sure is what you're here for. There we go. I've stopped. Oh, message. He and his father travel around South Asia and it is interesting and also funny. Cool. I will add it to the list. You said it was on Netflix. Yeah, you said it was on Netflix. I will add it to my watch list. No basis required. That's good. Because I have none. Sorry, my phone's doing something. One episode of Black Mirror won an Emmy, I think. It was my favourite episode of the series. Yeah, San Junipero. I saw that. That was my favourite of the series as well. The one with Gugu Mbatha-Raw. Really great episode. My favourite of that season. And there have been a few others that I've loved as well. I really loved the Hayley Atwell one, which I think had Donald Gleeson in as well. Would you want to see remakes of both Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter movies? My immediate thought is no. Maybe in like 40 years or something, but not anytime soon. You know, like a generation or two in the future, I think that would be cool, because I find that quite interesting, you know, films remade in a new era, a new generation, because you can like compare and stuff, but not anytime soon. Definitely not. They're not, to me they don't feel like they're that old. Is Dark Matter on Netflix? I think that's a little better than Killjoys. I don't know, but maybe somebody else in the chat might. I enjoyed the episode of Black Mirror called White Bear. The twist was very clever. Which one was White Bear? I remember the title, but I don't remember the plot or who was in it. Hello Mouse, what's with the audio? Oh no, is there something wrong with the audio? Is anybody else having trouble with the audio? Because if there is trouble with the audio, this could be a problem, because I've never had trouble with the audio before. So in other words, I will have no idea how to solve it. It involved a murderer. Living the same day over and over again. Okay, I remember. Not sure if anyone has asked before, but if you suddenly went viral and got 5 million subscribers, would it change your life? I mean, I'd have to switch off my phone notifications. I don't know. It would help me make my web series, but all I know about people that go viral is it's an immense inconvenience. So it might, but it might not really be for the better. Yeah, those movies aren't old at all. I can't see any possible improvement to the Lord of the Rings movies except sticking closer to the book. It's true. The Hobbit films, however, I feel like they could have improved by being, you know, like shorter, the length of the book, maybe one film. I'm going to add dark matter to my list. Audio is fine for me. Okay. Audio is fine here. A bit quiet, but I have good speakers. Yes, I do have some issues with the audio being quiet, but I've tried everything and I can't get it to improve. Maybe it will improve as well with the new broadband. We'll have to find out. But yeah, I hope that everything's okay with the audio, Salmon. Have you seen Stranger Things? I caught the first episode ages ago and never watched anymore. Is it worth watching? I definitely think it's worth watching, especially as the second season is coming out soon. I really enjoyed it. It was a great show. Really good show. And it's not that long either, so it's possible to, you know, watch it quite quickly. I watched it over a few days. I didn't binge watch it, I would say, but I watched it, you know, over a few days. What do you think of classical music video movies like Fantasia and Fantasia 2000 by Disney? Oh, well, there's the thing, because I've never seen Fantasia. I would say that generally classical music video movies sound fantastic and I like them, but I've never seen Fantasia. The only thing I know about Fantasia is that it was mentioned in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. The Hobbit films weren't so great. Yeah, I mean, they were okay, but we were talking earlier about, you know, longer, the stories being told over a longer period being generally better, but I think the Hobbit films maybe, I don't know, the pacing. Fantasia put me to sleep. Oh, okay. I will watch it at some point, I'm sure. But yes, that's a second recommendation for Stranger Things. So yeah, I would recommend watching that. Sorry, my phone. My phone is. I'm not sure if I have seen Fantasia. I might only have seen clips of it. Yeah, I think it's one of those sort of films. There's some other films like that where you see so many clips. Like, for some reason, the one that came into my mind was the Terminator films. A bit quiet, yes, that's what I wanted to say. I don't have good speech. Okay, yeah. Sorry if it is a bit quiet. I am. My very tech-savvy solution to this from my end is I'm going to try and speak up a bit. So hopefully that will help. Maybe if I moved closer to the microphone. Yeah, when I was doing all of my tests before I started live streaming, I weeks or months ago, one of the issues that I never managed to actually solve, as well as the wonderful picture quality, was the audio being a bit quiet. Like, you can hear it, but it's not maybe as quiet as one of my normal video. No, it's not really as the same sort of levels as a normal video would be. So yes, I will see if I can improve that. But at the moment, unfortunately, we're stuck with this and me just occasionally remembering to speak up. Did you see the Warden made Narnia movies? No, but I do remember them being recommended to me. I think I saw them. I've only seen them once in like a shop. I'm so good at taking recommendations, but I never get to them with any speed. Have you heard about the new Murder on the Orient Express film, which is out in November? It looks good, and Kenneth Branagh as Poirot will certainly be interesting. I have heard of it because I believe Daisy Ridley's in it, and there were loads of like social media posts of her on the set. So I am looking forward to that as well. I think it will be good. Hans Mouse Brawn. Go. I can hear you fine now. Good, good. I will try and work on it. But yeah, I have. Maybe I could actually get a microphone. That would work. That could help. I put you up loud and the cat ran upstairs, so audio is fine here. I'm glad I have the same influence on cats across the internet as I do in real life. What is your favourite full-length Disney animated feature film and why? Oh. Oh. Sorry, give me a moment. I always liked The Jungle Book when I was a kid. I loved The Lion King when I got a bit older. So it's probably The Lion King. My favourite non-animated was the Cinderella one from a few years ago, you know, the Lily James one. I loved that so much. I would recommend you check out a film called Denial. It's going down. More wonderful live stream footage of me writing. Cats run from you. Well, it's either they run from me or I run from them, because I'm a little scared of cats. Ooh, Andrew Scott and Timothy Spall. That's a good cast already. I will definitely have to check out Denial. You're not a cat person, is that because you are a mouse? Yes. That's definitely it. Yeah, I don't know why, I'm just a bit... I have like a cat phobia. The nickname Mouse didn't come about at all because I'm quiet. It came about because of the cat thing. That's not true, it is because I'm quiet. What is your favourite scene from the Lord of the Rings movies? Oh gosh, it's been a while since I watched them. I love a big epic battle. So a lot of Two Towers, when it was all Legolas and Gimli. Is that like a big battle scene? Am I remembering the right film? It all makes sense now. Yep. Cats are a bit unpredictable. Yes, I think that's one of my thoughts. Like, I like them from afar, but, you know, I like the tree people in Lord of the Rings. Yes, Treebeard is one of my favourite characters in the book and the film. And Legolas in, well, I guess in the book and the film. More in the book for Legolas, but yeah, Treebeard and the Ents. The big Ents scene is one of my favourites in the book. But sorry, it's been so long since I've watched the Lord of the Rings films and read the books that my answers to do with Lord of the Rings are a bit vague. Cat bites can be really nasty, at least when the patients come to ER. Oh gosh, oh gosh. The cat here when she's at her most adorable is exactly when you really shouldn't pet her. You're not helping with my fear of cats here. Yeah, I have no basis for this fear. The same as I have no basis for my, you know, indifference to Jack Whitehall. Oh, a message being held for review, but there is no reason I can see. So, show. Have you seen... Oh, I know why it was hidden. Because Philip K. Dick's. Have you seen Philip K. Dick's Electric Dreams? If so, is it worth watching? as I see it's on TV at the moment and looks like quite a good anthology show. I watched the first one, the one with Richard Madden and Holliday Grainger, and I really enjoyed it. And I haven't seen the second one yet, but I think it's probably worth watching. Has anybody else seen it? Do you have any thoughts? Because I know there's been another episode and I haven't seen it yet. But I enjoyed the first one. I really liked the concept, and I thought that Holliday Grainger in it was amazing. Are you a Red Dwarf fan? I was when I was a kid because I watched it a lot. I haven't seen it for at least 10 years, so I'm not sure I could in all good conscience call myself a fan anymore. But I liked it then, and I haven't seen the new series, so I probably would be a fan if I watched it again. Never heard of Electric Dreams. It's on Channel 4 on Sunday nights at 9. So it's produced by Brian... It's produced by the... Why can't I remember his name? Please may somebody who remembers the name of the guy from Breaking Bad who's who's like making it, because I cannot right now. I could Google Bryan Cranston. Thank you. I was floundering there. I could not remember his surname. But yeah, I think I've read all of the synopses for every episode, and it sounds like there's going to be some really interesting episodes. They're based on Philip K. Dick's short stories, yeah, and it sounds like there's some really good concepts. So maybe worth looking into it, but I have no authority in this area because I have seen one episode. Fair enough, yeah. Mouse, you can make elephants fear you. Yes, it's true, I have that power. I think I'd rather find the book first. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, the first episode was very good, I thought. I like things with just like interesting concepts. You know, stories I haven't seen before. Yeah, don't worry about not helping me with the cat phobia. I don't know any cats, so it's unlikely to impact me too negatively. Another show you may like is Dr. Foster. Season 1 is on Netflix and Season 2 is on TV at the moment. Yes, I watched Season 1 and I enjoyed it. I haven't watched Season 2. I don't know, I didn't feel like watching it the first few weeks it was on, and then I just continued to not watching. You know how sometimes that happens? But maybe I'll watch it at some point. I caught the end of episode 5 yesterday, which was maybe not ideal, but it is a good show. I agree with you that it's a good show, Dr. Foster. I find it hard to make time to read these days. Join the club? I'm having so much trouble reading at the moment. I've got out of the habit, and I'm having a lot of trouble getting back to it. My current hope is to review a book next Tuesday, but I'm like a third of the way through it, so we'll see how that goes. It's there. But yeah, I miss reading, but I just haven't been... I don't know, it's difficult. Maybe it's just like phases. Have you visited any of the Norman-built cathedrals that dot the English landscape? If so, which ones? Oh gosh. I would have trouble answering that because I'm not sure which... I mean, I haven't visited many cathedrals. I couldn't tell you which ones I've visited and Norman built. I mean, I'm not sure I could tell you which cathedrals I've visited. I'm more of a castle person. Or like, you know, I visit a lot of National Trust places, so a lot of like old houses. I was at Chartwell last weekend. That's not a cathedral. But refrains from telling his kitten from Hell story. Thank you, you're helping the cause of making Mouse not terrified of cats. Who is your favourite mouse character in either books or movies? Well, not a mouse, but I liked the character called Mouse in The Matrix. But you might actually mean literal mouse. Don't know, I liked Tom and Jerry as a kid. Or the mice in Cinderella. You know, Gus Gus. For the next few minutes, I'll just be randomly shouting out mouse characters. You realise as I remember more mice in fiction. I live near the Truro Cathedral. Big and cold place, but pretty glass windows. That sounds nice. That sounds nice. Do you like the original Blade Runner? I'm really excited about Blade Runner 2049. It's released this month, and I just can't wait. Funnily enough, I didn't know there was a new Blade Runner until about half an hour ago, and I was looking for films to see in the cinema for that conversation with my friend I was having. But I haven't seen the original Blade Runner. We're learning all about the films I haven't seen in this live stream. Please feel free to add to the chat any films that you haven't seen that you feel like you should have, so I'll feel better. There are so many films that are really famous that I have not seen. Danger Mouse. Okay, I've never seen Danger Mouse. How did the nickname Mouse came about? Just because of the quiet thing. I'm quite shy. I can't remember exactly where it came from, but it was from that, and I've had it for a while. Mrs. Nim, is that her name? The Don Bluth movie. I don't know what that is. What's the best thing about living in the UK? Ooh. I don't know, I like history, and it's a place with a lot of history, you know, especially, I mean, one of the things I love about London is all the historical buildings and how every building in the street can be from like a different time period. It's all like a patchwork of streets that are built in completely different times and styles, and I really love that sort of patchwork nature of London and, you know, the UK. How it's all, you know, London's like built up over the years, and so I sort of like that sort of whole, I don't know, the history of the country having gone back for so long, and you being able to find buildings that have, you know, stood around through countless rulers and, you know, peoples, and I don't know, I like the history, I guess. It's probably one of my favourite things about living in the UK. You must see the original Blade Runner. Yes. I guess I'll put it on the list. I haven't seen The Godfather, and everybody says it's the best film ever. I haven't seen The Godfather either. Fish and chips. Tea. Oh, we're listing favourite things about the UK. Cool. Yeah. Fish and chips. Blade Runner. I couldn't watch it. I assume this is The Godfather. Yeah, I want to see The Godfather, I just never have seen The Godfather. It's one of those films for me. Queuing. Definitely one of the best things about being from the UK is the queuing. Have you visited any sites that are considered Roman Britain? Oh gosh. We studied Roman Britain in school, and then we visited several, but I can't, it was a long time ago. So many movies I haven't seen. Star Wars, Blues Brothers, Matrix, the list goes on. Thank you, Hermia, for this list, because every other film so far that has been mentioned I haven't seen, but I have actually seen all of these films, so I thank you. But yeah, I think we've all got those films that we just haven't seen. It might not even be a particular reason, it's just coincidence that we've just never seen these films, or it might actually be because we don't want to, but in my case it tends to just be because it's just never been on when I've been around or something like that. Tea or coffee? I'm a coffee person, but I can't have caffeine at all, so decaf coffee is my answer to that. The Shawshank Redemption is another film that I should watch. Yeah, I love The Shawshank Redemption. It was one of my favourites when I was at uni. Good film. St Albans is pretty Roman. I've never been to St Albans, I think. No, the mouse was called Mrs. Brisby and the movie is called The Secret of NIMH. Ah, loved it as a child. I've not seen that. I will. Maybe I should add it to the list. Caffeine interferes with my sleep disorder. Yeah, caffeine is a bad. Yeah, it interferes with my anxiety, so I just cannot go near caffeine. I haven't seen any of the Star Wars movies. I feel like Star Wars is generally a film that you've either seen all of them or none of them. I'm not Henry Higgins. What accent have you got? It sounds Southern UK. It is sort of South London, Croydon-y type accent. It's maybe not entirely... I do have a slightly odd accent, but it's not that odd. It's just... occasionally sounds different to other people who live, you know, where I do in South London. But, yeah. I'm not Henry Higgins. Oceans 11, 12 and 13. Yeah, it's, I think Oceans 11 is good. I personally wouldn't worry about 12 and 13, but, yeah, Oceans 11 is good. Watch them in the order they were released in. Star Wars. I think that's good advice, generally. If you had to live outside the UK, where would you live and why? New Zealand, but that would be an incredibly inconvenient place to live because of it being like I could not really go any further, but I feel like New Zealand is the place where I would live, but I don't see that happening because of the inconvenience. I think the film with the oddest title is The Divine Secrets of the Yaya Sisterhood. Can anyone else name films with odd titles? Ooh, good question. Films with odd titles. Let's see if we can brainstorm some more over the course of the live stream. I will try and find Secret of NIMH. If there's a mouse, it sounds like it's where I should be. It's where I should be going. But you know how my list of recommendations go. It might be like a year before I actually get to it, but I will get to it. Like water for chocolate. Where's your favourite place to visit in all of England? I mean, it's London. I love London so much, especially like Southwark and Borough and sort of the general Thames, along the Thames, south of the Thames. Definitely my favourite place in all of England. It would be there. There's a new Oceans film with a female cast, Oceans 8, out next year. Yes, I have seen pictures of that. I'm excited. I think it could be really good. We'll see. We'll see. Just having to go up the chat a moment. Okay, I'm back. I'm trying to think of films with odd names. Anyway, sorry, I'm back. Oh, I had some questions already to answer from previously about crafts. How I got into crafts. Bit off topic. Series of unfortunate events. Yeah. Yeah, it's Lemony Snicket's series of unfortunate events. But Jimmy Snickers sounds good too. I haven't seen that. Or have I? No, I've seen... Might be thinking of The Grinch. But yeah, I got into craft relatively recently, like since I started YouTube, because I guess social media. I started quite a few of the people I'm subscribed to on YouTube do like DIY and crafts, and also quite a lot of the people I follow on Tumblr are cosplayers. So I just kind of got into it through them and seeing what they were doing and thinking, this is interesting. And I quite like filming crafts. I think there's quite a lot of different ways to film crafts, so I find that interesting as well. Yeah, you might want to prioritise Blade Runner since there's another movie coming out. It's true. It's true. I should. And a good thing about a new film coming out is that quite often the earlier films are shown on TV and stuff, so that might actually be possible for me to watch soon. Have you seen It? I personally hate horror films, but do you like the genre? I don't entirely... Well, I don't hate the genre, the horror genre, but I very rarely watch a horror film. I think the last one I watched was Psycho. But I wouldn't say there's many horror films that I would say that I like. Cabin in the Woods, maybe. But no, I haven't seen it, and I probably won't see it, to be honest. What year will J.R.R. Martin come out with his next Song of Ice and Fire series book? Guesses? Don't know. It'll be a while, I think. I'm not holding out any hope for it being out in the next year or so, but I would love so much to be surprised. I watch your class, then find I have watched loads of people making the same thing. I do the same. I do the same. I like watching craft videos. Have you seen Goodbye Christopher Robin or Victoria and Abdul? They are both supposed to be great. I haven't. I don't really go to the cinema very often. I know Victoria and Abdul is out now, but I didn't think that Goodbye Christopher Robin was out yet. But I mean, I'm almost certainly wrong because I never know much about cinema. But I have heard they're good as well. Oh, this is a difficult question for me to answer, Salmon. What will happen to Jon Snow in Season 8 and what are your thoughts on Season 7? It's difficult for me to answer because I haven't seen Season 7 yet. I mean, I kind of know what happens because I've been spoiled completely. I didn't even try to avoid spoilers, so I kind of know what happens in Season 7, but I haven't watched it yet. What questions would you ask J.K. Rowling? Why Fred? Why Fred? Fred and George are my favourite characters in Harry Potter. But no, I probably think for ages about randomly specific questions about the plot. Or like advice on storytelling. But I watched the original It at a sleepover when I was 10 and was severely traumatised. Yeah, it sounds like that sort of film, both like the story in general and the new one, and I guess the original. So yeah, I don't think I'll be watching it. I'm generally not, I don't know, I don't hate horror films. I wouldn't say that it's a genre that I particularly even dislike. It's just a genre that I tend to not watch much of. Have you seen Cold Feet? It's a good show with depth and heart. I haven't seen Cold Feet, either the original or the new. I might watch it at some point, but I don't know, I can't imagine I'll watch it very soon. I loved your Ray cosplay mix. Thank you. Thank you. I really enjoyed making them. It's definitely the most elaborate, well, it's the most elaborate thing I've made, and I think also the most elaborate videos I have made. So that was interesting. But yeah, you're right, there's so many great cosplay videos for Ray. I think she's a great character to cosplay because the costume's not actually that difficult, and it's also a very distinctive costume, so it's not difficult to make it look like her, even if it doesn't look exactly screen accurate. You can't really be mistaken for anybody else. So I think Ray's a really good costume to be an early cosplay, which is kind of why I chose her, and also because I think she's a great character, and also because the new film's out soon, and I wanted to cosplay that costume before the new film came out, and I was just completely out of date. What's your fave period drama miniseries made by the BBC, and why? Oh, okay. This could be a list. Little Dorrit with Claire Foy was wonderful. Panks is one of my favourite characters. Panks is in Little Dorrit, isn't he? He's one of my favourite Dickens characters, and I thought he was great. Generally, Charles Dickens period dramas the BBC makes have been great. I also love the original 1995 Pride and Prejudice. Trying to think if there's anything more recent. The only thing I can think of that I've seen recently is War and Peace, and I wouldn't say that was one of my favourites, although I did enjoy it. But I would say that whatever my favourite period drama miniseries was, it would almost certainly be a Charles Dickens one, because I think they've done so many great Dickens ones. I didn't see the original series of Cold Feet and watched the new series and still enjoyed it. Good! Better late than never. Hey, hello, Red Dwarfers. Good to see you. Odd movie titles. The Men Who Stare at Goats. That's a great one. And Stop or My Mum Will Shoot. The trailer for Wes Anderson's Isle of Dogs was out last week. It looks good and has a fab cast. I'll have to Google that, because I don't think I've seen that around. But I will look out for it. I've only answered one of your questions so far, Red Dwarfers, so you'll probably have quite good timing. I think The Men Who Stare at Goats is really good. A good example of odd movie titles. New series of Dirk Gently in 2 weeks. Is it 2 weeks? I'm really looking forward to that. I didn't realise it was going to be so soon. I can't wait for the new series of Dirk Gently, and also Mr. Robot. I'm looking forward to the new series of Mr. Robot, and also The Punisher, which I don't know when it's actually going to be out, but I can't wait for it to come out. There's going to be so many good shows on this autumn, on the Netflix and Amazon Prime platforms. And a show that I'm really looking forward to as well is Good Omens. because I keep seeing pictures on Neil Gaiman's Twitter, and it looks like it's going to be so good. And obviously that's not soon. It'll be like next year or something. Did you finish watching the last series of Dirk Gently? I did. I really enjoyed it. I loved it so much. Completely different to like the old series, and I assume the books as well, but I felt like it really captured it. I thought it was great. Yes, Good Omens. I'm really looking forward to Good Omens. The casting of Michael Sheen and David Tennant and Nina Sosanya. It's great. Really looking forward to it. And if anybody hasn't heard the BBC radio adaptation, I recommend that as well. Saw Young Frankenstein the musical in its preview season. It was very good and is opening in London tomorrow night. I recommend if you can going to see it. That's good to know. I was talking about this with my dad recently because he liked the original film. So maybe I will try and see it. I haven't seen anything in the theatre for a while. The only Wes Anderson movie I've seen is The Grand Budapest Hotel. I think that might be the only Wes Anderson film that I've seen as well. I mean, I've definitely seen The Grand Budapest Hotel, and I can't think of any other Wes Anderson films I have seen. I thought it was a great film. Bad Move is another show you may like. It's a new comedy by Jack Dee and is on ITV on a Wednesday night. I saw that was on. I haven't watched it yet. I might watch it. Thank you for the recommendation. The other one I'm watching on Netflix at the moment is that one set in the 80s with the kids and the girl. Stranger Things, I'm assuming. It's great. It's really great. The mouse mat was amazing. Thank you. I will tell him that you like the mouse mat. I thought it was great as well. Ooh. Yeah, the next series is coming out soon of Stranger Things. Should be good. Lots of good shows coming back. Oh gosh, it's almost 8. Maybe I'll stop at 8 if that's good. It's the longest live stream yet. We're doing well. Peaky Blinders will be back soon. So I just wanted to mention that. It's not on Netflix or Amazon Prime, but yeah, great. I'm very excited. W1A is also a good show. Yes, I have been watching it. We just finished the second episode yesterday. I love it. David Tennant's narration is my favourite thing. I mean, it's one of my favourite things in the world, but it's my favourite thing about W1A. Just the script is so good. Will the BB-8 Lego video be out this week or next week? Ah, well, there's a thing. I was hoping to have it out yesterday, the BB-8 video, but no, that's not true. I was hoping to have it out tomorrow, the BB-8 video, but I was looking at it today and it's going to take far longer to edit. And next week, I'm in Belfast, so I won't be able to release it next Thursday, so it will 98% certainty I can say it will be out on the Thursday after next Thursday. So what date's that? So the BB-8 video should be out on the 12th, October the 12th. So sorry about the slight delay with that. I've never made a video with so much footage. Man Down returns soon. I haven't watched that for a couple of series, but I liked the first. Wasn't expecting you to still be streaming. No, I wasn't really either. I hadn't realised that it was so late. I was planning on about 45 minutes because the 30-minute one from the last one I felt was a bit too short because right at the end I started talking again. But yeah, a good length of live stream this time. Have you seen the classic 80s film Chariots of Fire? If so, what did you think of it? Yes, I have, and yes, I really enjoyed it. I missed it when the stage version was on a few years ago, but yeah, I really liked Chariots of Fire. David Tennant should narrate everything. You are right. This is true. We should work on that. We should work on that. He's the best. He's just the best narrator. Did you ever watch the Sarah Jane Adventures? It was 10 this week, caught an episode the other day, and the nostalgia was great. Yes, I loved it. I watched every episode when it was on originally. I saw that it was 10 because I follow Phil Ford on Twitter, who is one of the, the people who made it. And yes, I didn't watch, I know it was repeated at the weekend to celebrate the 10th anniversary, but I didn't catch that, but I really enjoyed that show. I was thinking about it the other day for a random reason because I was watching an interview of Richard Ayoade where he was talking about Submarine, which was what Yasmin Page was in, the film that Yasmin Page was in, her of course being the original lead of the Sarah Jane Adventures, the original child lead of Sarah Jane Adventures. The story got long and there was no real point to it, but it was, yeah, I loved the Sarah Jane Adventures. Who was the best Doctor Who? Well, my favourite was Christopher Eccleston, the Ninth Doctor. He was my first Doctor, because I started watching it in 2005 when he rebooted it with Russell T Davies and Billie Piper. And he's still my favourite. I just loved the way the character was played. And I loved his storylines. I grew up with Tom... This isn't me speaking. I grew up with Tom Baker, but I loved Capaldi. Yep, I love Capaldi as well. A lot of the elements of 12, I find, are elements that were in 9, so Capaldi's probably my second favourite after Eccleston. And I think Tom Baker is the only other Doctor that I have seen episodes of, apart from William Hartnell, because I've seen the first, 4 episodes of Doctor Who. I'm back, the computer rebelled. Oh no! Oh no, you're back! I'm afraid I'm planning on stopping the live stream at about 8, but hello for a couple of minutes. We've just been talking about Doctor Who. But yeah, Christopher Eccleston's my favourite Doctor. And Freema Agyeman is my favourite companion. Chariots of Fire has a great soundtrack. It's true. It does. So good. It's nice to say goodbye. Oh yeah, perfect timing to, for the end. I guess it's better than reappearing, 2 minutes later, I guess. But yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for joining me for this live stream. It's been really great. I always come out of the live streams with loads of recommendations for things, and today is no different. Tom Baker was due to appear in the Sarah Jane Adventures, which would have been great. That would have been great. I didn't know that at all. I did not know that. That would have been great. It was such a great show. I miss it. Elizabeth Sladen was great. I see the kids who are in it in other shows occasionally, and it's just like, oh, Sarah Jane Adventures was a good time. I'm glad I found you by watching random Doctor Who reviews of this season. That's interesting. I'm always interested in how people find my content. So it tends to be through quite different things, because I have made videos for quite a while and on a variety of different subjects. So it's sometimes Doctor Who, it's sometimes Game of Thrones, it's sometimes Tessa Violet and Vlogbrothers and that sort of thing. Thanks for doing the live stream. Have a great night, everybody. Yes, yeah, thank you for coming. It's been really great, and I'll have another one soon. I'm not entirely sure when. I'm away for a few days next week. It might be the week after that. We will see. I will let you know as usual. And yeah, thanks everybody. I found you back when we could see what other people were watching. Yeah, I kind of miss that, being able to see what other people were watching. I was looking at the show Love Soup on YouTube. Oh, cool. I love that show. I loved Love Soup. Thanks. This is a lot of fun. Yay! We will have another live stream soon, and it'll be great. And I will try to have watched at least one of the things that have been recommended to me. BBC Shows video. The southwest of England. Yep, cheers from the southeast of England. I've been watching the channel since then. 2 years. Gosh, that's a while. That's a while I've been making. One last title, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Good. Good titles. Hermia, you are nailing the slightly odd titles for films. I haven't contributed any. But they're all good ones. Have a good night, everyone from Cornwall. Cool. We're all over the place. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. Yeah, thank you for watching the live stream. It's been really fun. I've said that several times. I found you through book club videos. Oh, cool. I do love the book club. I want to get back to doing the book club. I'm gonna read. I'm gonna finish the book I'm reading now, and then I'm hoping to read Turtles All the Way Down, the new John Green book. So I'm hoping that that might help with getting back to the book club and just reading in general, because I love doing the book club videos. The 100-year-old man who climbed out of a window and disappeared. Yep, that's a good title. That's a really good title. Keep distracting everyone. Yes. Yeah, I'm not good at ending these. I mean, it's my own fault really, because I did ask a question immediately before I was going to end the live stream, and then I'm like, oh, I want to know where you found me. I found you when I was looking for a War and Peace book review. That's cool. I know the one you mean. That it's yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's one of my most popular videos. I often wonder why, but yeah, I love War and Peace. Great book. Great book. Okay, I should go. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna say thank you for joining me for the live stream. It's been really fun. I'll do another one in a couple of weeks. And yeah, I should end this. And have a good evening, whatever you're doing. And yeah, I will be back with another video on I think Friday, barring incidents. But yeah, my next video will be Friday, and the BB-8 video will be in a couple of weeks, because so long. It's so long. It's so long. Anyway, have a great evening or day wherever you are, and I will speak to you again soon. Okay. Bye.